Yeah, because
Innovative.
Did you have any training in rappelling?
No, because the crew guys they would do it. So because from hanging the lights and crew, yeah. So I said, yeah, I'll try that.
Mm-hmm.
Because
it hasn't Tom. It's not a well thought out career.
Obviously, that's the voice of Bobcat Goldthwait discussing opening for Nirvana many years ago. That's always considered to be the biggest hell gig. Anytime a comedian has to open for a band, it's almost always very difficult.
Yeah. Sure, it was, but I'm I'm not proud of some of these stories because I could just file this under old Bob behavior. How about that? Can I say that?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Because I know that Bobcat Light wouldn't do this, but this is a terrible story. I shouldn't say this because it will offend some people, but whatever. I'm opening for Nirvana the first night, and we pull into Chicago, and it's when Michael Jordan had retired from basketball. And all of Chicago, because, none of us follow sports, we're like going, what is going on? Because everyone has homemade signs that we still love you, Michael, and all this, and what's going on? They go, Michael Jordan. And I'm not really proud of this story now, but I got on stage and I'm like, hey, Chicago, hey. I feel bad for your Michael Jordan, but, for $80 million a year, I'd shoot my own dad in the head. In front of a crowd in Chicago.
Oh, man.
And there was a noise. That's old Bob behavior. I don't have a problem with Michael Jordan. I don't know. I just said it because this is the worst thing to say, obviously.
It was. How'd you get out of the arena alive?
Oh, by the way, yeah, that was a thing. Like, they had to put a towel over my head.
No kidding.
Yeah, and
were you intoxicated at the time?
No. It's pretty funny because I was walking to the stage and I jokingly said that line to Kurt. I go, hey, Chicago. I said that to him and he laughs. And then I walk out and said it. And then he's the only person laughing in the auditorium. As I walk.
Hey, Kurt Cobain thought it was funny.
No, I wasn't going to drag him in. As I walked by him, he's like, I can't believe you said that.
Oh, man.
So it was, in order to get me out, they had to put a towel over my head.
How bad was it? Well, Kurt Cobain looked at me and said, I can't believe you said that.
He was Kurt looked at me and said, hey, that's a little dark. A little dark.
Oh, man.
But so it was like, it wasn't even a boo. What the audience did, it was just a, it was like it was like kill him and F you and just all these noises the pit stopped moving because while I was performing most of the time there still was like
there's always movement.
Yeah, it was like people they weren't really moshing but they were moving around.
Well, like the Old West Saloon, but on mosh pit.
And I go,
shortest set
I am
ever?
surprised that you are alive.
No, I stayed up there.
You stayed up
there?
Boy.
I go, F you. I go, oh, punk rockers, please. Your mom's dropped you off in the minivan so you can come to the big punk rock show. I'll stay up here all night and you'll never see your precious Nirvanas. That's what I said.
Wow.
And so I beat him up for a long, I don't know. It was just like, look, I got to a point where like doing well kind of didn't interest me. I know that sounds weird. But I started. I started when I was 15. You know what I mean? And after 20 some years,
after a while.
yeah, just like going, hey, anybody can get laughs. How can I get a whole auditorium to want to kill me?
On me?
Yeah, but it's my ego too, by the way, because those kids went home that night and they go, hey, how was the show? How was Nirvana? Yeah, they're. Bobcat Goldthwait, yeah. You know that guy, the comedian, yeah. You know what he said?
18,000 people, exactly. Will never forget you.
And I try. I mean, I think that's kind of like a little bit in a weird way, like what the movie, my new movie is a little bit alike. I kind of dare people. It sounds pretentious for me to say, but it's like I take this premise and I hope people hang with it. And much to my surprise. Folks seem to like it.
That's Bobcat Goldthwait. We'll talk more about Bobcat and his movie. Also, we're going to talk with comedian Tim Bedore, comedian Greg Warren.
I almost threw a stapler at him just
but then I would know you love me.
Maybe you should have said, hey, maybe you should have said, hey, sorry, how about Scottie Pippen's dad?
No, none of that.
No one.
I'm just trying to save the guy.
It's too late, Tom.
All these years later.
Too late.
Okay, we're taking a break. Coming right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. And let's do a quick check. Are you looking at the YouTube thing?
Not that particular cut. Didn't you talk about women wrestling naked this morning?
Let me just say who's who here. We have Chick McGee across the way there. Bob's at Master Control. This is Tom speaking. Comedian Bobcat Goldthwait is our guest, and Christy Lee is right there. We were talking to Bobcat about in his career as a comedian, he he became friends with Kurt Cobain from Nirvana and actually opened for Nirvana. What was this, 93-ish?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it was the last tour.
And you were saying that on New Year's Eve you rappelled from the
roof of the Oakland Coliseum nude. And so now you're telling me that it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, I was really hoping to promote my movie.
Yeah. Actually, there are also trailers of your movie on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, Sleeping Dogs Lie, but I have a feeling the mean nude from the
Might
roof of the
overshadow
Oakland
it a
Coliseum is probably going to get more hits.
Now, it's interesting because you rappel nude. Now, a chick, can you imagine if you had done that?
Rappelled nude, and what year was it?
I don't remember.
About 93-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been.
Those were good years, too.
That might have repelled the audience.
That would have taken a strong right arm, I can tell you that.
Probably would have taken Kurt out a lot earlier.
Yeah. Isn't that
sorry.
Isn't that funny?
I'm sorry.